This segment of APA Insights will focus on the use of commas. The material covered is found in paragraph 4.03, pages 88 and 89 in the publication manual of the American Psychological Association. The objectives for this segment are twofold. First, there will be a review of the rules for when to use commas and when not to use commas, followed by an opportunity to apply the material that has been covered. Let's start first by defining the comma. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, a comma is the punctuation mark used to indicate the separation of ideas or elements within a structured sentence. Remembering that commas are used to indicate a separation of ideas or elements, use them between elements including before and or, as shown in these examples. Use commas in a series of 3 or more items. Use commas to set off a clause that if removed would leave the structure and meaning of the sentence the same. For example, switch A, comma, which was on a panel, comma, controlled the recording device. Which was on the panel is the clause. If you remove it, you still have switch A controlled the recording device, so its removal did not change the meaning of the sentence. Use commas to separate two independent clauses when joined by a conjunction. In the example, each clause is independent because they are complete sentences and are joined by the conjunction and. Commas are used to set off a year and exact dates. Commas also set off a year when referenced in parenthetical citations. Commas separate groups of 3 digits in numbers, except for page numbers, binary digits, serial numbers, degrees of temperature, acoustic frequency designations, and degrees of freedom. Let's now look at some times when a comma will not be used. One of those times is before a clause that, if removed, would change the sentence's meaning. In this example, also controls light is the essential clause. If you remove it to read, only the switch that stops the recording device, we will not know that it also controls the light, so do not set it off with a comma. Do not use a comma between two parts of a compound predicate. The predicate's purpose is to modify the subject of a sentence. In this example, if returned the following week for phase 2 is removed, we lose the meaning of the sentence. Don't use commas to separate parts of measurement. In these examples, no comma is necessary to state 8 years, 2 months, or 3 minutes, 40 seconds. For your reference, all of these guidelines are covered in the APA Style Guide, 6th edition, paragraph 4.03, pages 88 through 89. Now, a brief exercise will be distributed to check your understanding of the use of commas.